The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Sean in Canada. Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How's it going, brother?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
I'm a huge fan of the show. I just found out about you guys within the last month and a half.
Okay.
And I can't believe, I'm like, where did these guys come from?
How did you find out about us?
Sometimes I'll go in the search engine and try to find some market analysis.
Okay, man. Welcome to the Tiger family. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us, man.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm just excited to watch your bid. I get a lot out of them. I really love the intros you do and the excitement and the energy, and you guys are pretty special.
Well, we get a great network, man. And there's a lot of diversity, man, and we're really lucky. Thank you so much for calling, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Sean. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too, bud.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 74, NASDAQ up 6, S&P's up 3.5, gold contract up $4.70, trading at $12.78 an ounce. Silver down 5 cents, $16.73 an ounce. Platinum up $5, $9.46 an ounce. Copper off a penny at $2.88 a pound. Light sweet crude down 97 cents, $49.20 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 10.6, 126.06. 30-year bond up a full point, 153.31. Now, both notes and bonds, folks, pretty wild. They rejected lower price, had lighter volume. Bottom line, they went topside once again. King dollar up 192 ticks, 92.915. King dollar's trying to get that bounce going. Hasn't been able to handle a bounce at all. We'll see whether it can get inside the 93 to get a bounce going. You got the euro trading at 118 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 110 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We are 247.17. What I expect you're going to see out here, folks, is that high of the 27th, 248, wants to get tested. Dow Industrials, Dow's at all-time highs. Dow Industrials right now up $76. You're at 21,967. And when we talk to Dow Industrials, folks, okay, we started a promotion out here today, and that promotion at TFNN, it's on our Facebook page. You can go over to Facebook. You have until 3:30 this afternoon. We're giving out $5,000 worth of prizes this month. Bottom line, you go over to Facebook, you like us on Facebook, number one. You're going to go, that's in the like column. You go in the comment column, and in the comment column, you tell us what the Dow Industrials are going to finish out today. The first prize out here today is going to be a month of market insights. The second prize is going to be my book, The Art of Time in the Trade. Third prize is a Thinkorswim mouse pad, and then we're going to do a random drawing for the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. We're going to be doing this each and every trading day in August. So, but want to have some fun, folks? Get over to our Facebook page right now, like it, put it on, give us a number, and we do appreciate all of you growling and prowling with out here right now. Right now, and the cutoff is 3:30, folks. So, meaning, of course, the market closed at 4, but we'd like to cut off at 3:30. We're at 21,969 right now, 0.12. Gold, actually, let's go to the NASDAQ Composite. So it's going to be at 4:30. You get Apple earnings. It's going to be about the NASDAQ Composite. It's going to be about the NDX 100. Right now, the Composite is up $7. We made a high yesterday of 63.96. So my take on this is this, is that we're going to at least reach the high of yesterday. More than likely, we're going to get into somewhere about 6,400. I don't think we're going to hit the high. The high out here is 6,460. Inside the NDX 100, the setup goes like this. We're up $9. The high of yesterday was 59.32. We're at 58.89. I expect that's going to get up somewhere about the 59.54. So let's go into Apple. So Apple, folks, doesn't look great to me. It's in a consolidation. That being said, I expect what you're going to see is this. So picture this. You get Apple number one. You have a market that has been going higher in a long period of time. That being said, Apple's in this monster consolidation. Now, the top of the consolidation is $156.65. The bottom of the consolidation, which does have volume, is $142.51. My take is that when Apple comes out with numbers, we're going to see this thing gap higher, because what ends up happening, of course, is that at 4:30 you can't trade the futures, but once it gets out there, it'll. That being said, I expect what you're going to see out here tomorrow, too, is that I'm going to let the gap happen. We'll see how it goes into the high. I don't expect it's going to hold the high, and then we're going to be right back down the other side into this 142.51. And the reason that my head is at that place, folks, has to do with the amount of times, which is 4 times in the last 4 months, that the NASDAQ has come down hard, fast, and furious. Since May 18th, it's done it 3 times. That is a warning sign. The Apple, this is the last NDX heavy stock that can actually move that in the NDX. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? Gold contract out here trading at a price point of $1278.10. You've done 200,000 contracts. That's great contract volume, man. That's the bottom line. It has it. Bottom line, I expect it's going to run into a little more flack before we get up into this 1307 area. And the main reason goes like this. And we're talking about the euro. We're talking about the dollar. And we have a question inside the den looking at the euro. My take is that the dollar hasn't been able to do a bounce at all, folks. Okay, it's been a straight down move since January 3rd. 103 down to 92.460. This dollar wants to move. I don't know what's going to make it move, And I'm just talking about a dead cat bounce. But my take is that that dead cat bounce is out there, and I expect we're going to see it. The euro, that would say that the euro is going to back down somewhat. The euro just went straight up from 105 euros to $1 US to 118. Actually, took 105 US dollars for €1. Now it takes 118. This thing, I suspect, is going to back down. Bonds. Now, this is where this gets intriguing. The bond market, folks, is saying, and this is where you talk about threading the needle here. And the thread needle I'm talking about is that the Apple deal, me thinking it's going to go higher first before lower. Because the bond market is saying that tomorrow this market wants lower price. So this is going to be intriguing because what the bond market has done is this. The bond market's rejected lower price out here today, broken the downtrend that was in place since last week. The bond market wants 127.08. So if the bond market wants 127.08, it's like, okay, the broad market is going to have a hard time getting to higher price. I suspect between Apple, between window dressing, these couple days, the volatility is going to be out there. No reason one last jam into the high, spike the high, and then see ya. Don't want to be ya. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Back. Industrials right now are up 77. You get the Nasdaq up 9. S&Ps are up 4.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the first hour. Now, Basil's not only got a great show on TFNN, folks, every trading day, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Come tomorrow. And these dates come so quick, it blows my mind, folks. What we're talking about out here tomorrow is that we're talking about man, Mr. Basil Chapman is going to be doing a workshop, okay? That workshop is for his subscribers, but you can be a subscriber right here, right now. You can come over to our website at TFNN, test Basil's newsletter, which is the opening call, 30 days absolutely free. Tomorrow night, August 2nd, as well as August 16th, Basil is doing 2 separate workshops for his subscribers, hour and a half apiece. We'll let Basil give you a rundown of what's happening and what is going to be in those workshops. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
August, can you believe it?
It's heavy, man. There's no doubt. August 1st, it's about as heavy as you can get.
I think the older you get, the quicker time seems to speed by.
It has to do with that percentage about how long you've been alive and how long you got left, man. Pretty scary. Oh, my God.
It is.
Seriously.
So, yeah, we are looking at all-time highs in the Dow. And there's part of what I'm going to be talking about are divergences. We've seen tremendous divergences that we don't often get in this kind of ratio. So I'm going to be talking about that.
Okay.
That would include the Dow going to all-time highs, when some of the key stocks that I look at are actually at not their lows, but way off their highs. Very unusual for me to see that. The Dow's been led by just a couple of stocks. Certainly Boeing's added a couple of 100 points to the upside. Very important. So the time, in terms of trying to work out when to do the workshops, I like to do it where I think that there's a timing particle that's really involved in the whole thing. And so I think that that's occurring right now, and I'll show you why. In the Dow, we're in leg D. And D is where we look in the Chapman wave, the 4th highest peak. That's where other things can happen. Doesn't have to, but that's where you've got to be cautious. Not only that, it's in the daily, it's in the weekly, and the monthly is in leg E.
Okay.
So these are all periods where you've got to say to yourself, if you're on the accelerator, you don't have to do anything other than lift your foot off the accelerator, put your foot over the brake just for a moment to see how any peak that forms from here how it unfolds. So
Right.
that's the Dow. If I look at and that's in the daily, weekly, monthly. If I look at the Dow on a very long-term basis, I've got a chart I showed subscribers last weekend. I showed it with what I call the naked chart. It was just the Dow and a couple of trend lines that I'd drawn in a long time ago, and that was this up channel that you can see the Dow's been in. And I do a lot of work with channels. There's a particular technique that I call the inside track. If it comes, see where it's green here, when it comes down to the bottom of the inside track of a channel,
Yes.
you could actually bounce right up. When you get to the outside and you get to the inside track on the upper level, that's when you can be repelled. If you look at this, I'll squeeze this a little bit so you can see. This chart goes back to the low of 2003. The green line that I'm showing was the support level. Then it keeps going. You don't have to worry about it. And all of a sudden, you're getting closer and closer. Now you've got the red dashed resistance line and the very long-term 14-year trend line that was support, and now it's resistance. You're not exactly there. You'd have to go maybe up to about 22,100. But this is the area where you got to start saying to yourself, okay, let's see what happens over the next week or two. And that's why the timing here is so great, because it's a 2-week webinar. I start tomorrow night. For any new subscribers, they will get my newsletter every day, and they'll see how the Chapman wave is unfolding, what we're looking at, and what we're trying to do, and talking about divergences. I'm going to be talking about how some sectors have been just hammered. The other day when we were talking, I mentioned how the RTH, that's that is the retail, the market vector retail ETF, had pulled back quite sharply, but some of the stocks within it, like a Macy's, like some of those retailers, just got hammered, and yet the market vectors retail index is holding pretty well. So within that, I'm going to be discussing what the impact is, as from my perspective, of what an Amazon has been doing. What's the relationship to how it forces companies to rethink their model, and how some of them, like a Costco, is doing very well. Walmart's doing very well. So obviously some of these companies are taking in this 21st century, the technique and the methodology and what customers really want, and that's the internet. So they're working with that. I'm going to talk about the auto companies, which have been, it's terrible. They're selling more and more cars, and yet the profits are not there. So what I'm looking at is how certain sectors, and we've seen this since the summer of 2010, every time there was a moment in the market where the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ looked as if they were getting toppy, instead of the market having its usual 12 or 15 or 18% pullback, we've got a 122% pullback, and the rest have been really quite minor. And the reason is that as very popular sectors start to come down and take a breather, very unpopular or out of favor stock sectors and stocks start to rally. That's really what this is about. And we've already got a couple of stocks that are what I call under the radar. They're in areas one wouldn't think are going to do well, but so far they're holding up for us. They're doing okay. And that's what we're going to try to find over these 2 weeks. Stocks that are, maybe I wouldn't call them market insensitive, but they've already had a bear market. Now they're having at least a relief rally. So that's the one thing. And the other is to look at, for instance, the semiconductors. My contention is the semiconductors led the market up.
Yes.
That's especially the QQQs and the XLK, which is the tech sector. And then from the 9th of June, at 89.72, they plummeted down to 80.92, 3rd of July, ran up, and then they failed. The semiconductors are really struggling right now. So that, I think, is part of the factor, and that's what I'm looking at. So when I'm talking about will rotation hold the market up into 2018, it says be careful, because we could still have a correction. The whole idea is, are we going to be able to position ourselves, that's my subscribers, in stocks that are moving upward as perhaps the market's pulling down, and when we flip back again, and the semiconductors, because they're only in leg C. They should still go to a leg D in 2018. Will they come back again? And what kind of a pullback? So that's the first webinar. I'm going to go through the kind of the overview and the chart formations we're looking at, the stocks we're looking at. Then every day they're going to get those picks in my newsletter, what we're looking at, why we're looking at them, where they are in the waveform. And then the second webinar, I kind of wrap it up and say, this is what's working. And what's great about this is we've just had the July candle in the monthly charts. The Dow went to a new high. So far, the others are lower. So we're going to be looking at that and say, hey, peak D, leg D and leg E in the monthly charts of most of the key indices. Is this where we get a deeper pullback? And I'm going to be discussing what I'd be looking for and the relationship of something like this very long-term chart that I showed with that 14-year was support, now it's resistance. So, and you were talking about the dollar. I mean, you're talking about the dollar as well. It's a very important period we're coming to right now.
I know. The market might take conniptions if the dollar gets a counter-trend bounce here, you know?
That's right.
And folks, so picture it, folks. You get 3 hours of great instruction. August 2nd, August
2nd and 16th.
2nd and 16th. You get a full month of the opening call. Come over to our website, TFNN, test drive it. Basil, thanks so much. Look forward
Thank you very much, Tom.
the show tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here, folks. You get Ford down 29 cents. You get GE down 19. Intel is up 82. You get Marvell down 8 cents. Snap is off 52 cents. That little baby is having problems. We'll come back to that. You got Under Armour down $1.85. AK Steel's off 23 cents. Under Armour is down $1.86. GM is down $1.28. We'll come over to GM and see what's happening in the car business. GM out here. So this is not the end of the world. Listen to some of the radio, and it's like it's the end of the world that GM and Bloomberg and the rest of them. So GM sales fall the most in the year as cars stop fueling U.S. growth. Here's the bad news on the economy. Sales at General Motors just plunged by the most in almost a year as the trade rivals aren't faring much better. 15% drop in GM posted in its home market last month was the steepest since May of last year. Bottom line, folks, is that they've sold so many cars, man, it's pretty amazing in the last 5 years. So cars last a lot longer than 5 years right now. And that was the replacement aspect from the Great Recession, Depression, all of the above, when folks weren't turning their cars in. We go over to Ford. We take a look at Ford. Ford is in a lot more trouble than GM is. Ford out here, still a consolidation, though. Yeah, the bottom of the consolidation at Ford is 882. Right now, you're trading at 1094. The UA, let's go into Under Armour. So Under Armour trading down $1.87. You're at $16.23. Now, this is a little problem. This is a large problem, actually, for Under Armour. And what it is this. So Under Armour has been going down for, let's see. High was generated April of 2016, $46. We broke out the lows today. As soon as you broke out $18, you're breaking out the low. Let me put this on a monthly. Oh yeah, this is going to be a problem in paradise. This is, wow, this is a real problem in paradise. This is at all-time lows. Let's see what they have to say. So, Under Armour cut its annual sales forecast, citing sluggish results in North America where heavy competition and discounts are hurting sales. The athletic brand trimmed its lower end of its guidance by 2 percentage points. The company also posted its second straight quarterly loss and embarked on a restructuring plan that will add to the short-term pain. Kevin Plank here, he's quoted, he says, we've identified a number of areas to enhance our operational capabilities. The Baltimore-based company expects revenue growth of 9 to 11% this year. It had previously called for 11 to 12%. Let's go see what they are doing in gross revenue. So gross revenue out here, okay, last year, 4.8 million. This year, 5.4. And I'm just curious. We take a look at Nike and see what the type of deal is there. Yeah, Nike's not doing much better. So Nike, 32 billion to 34 billion, much larger company. But the stock, Nike stock, is definitely not crashing. Yeah, so Under Armour's got some problems. No doubt. It's got some problems out there. Let's go take a look at the steel business. Yeah, U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel right now is down 76 cents, trading $22.72. This is a problem child. This is saying that infrastructure is dead. Bottom line, nothing's going to get done. Election. This equity took off like a rocket ship, took off from a price point of $17, runs to 41. And just like the U.S. dollar, gave it up in spades. It just went from $41 down to 22. And the way this is trading, it looks to me like you're going to go all the way back to, well, $17.04 would be the first one, then $8.52. So that's pretty intense when you look at the aspect of a material company in general. Some of the futures out here, let's go take a look at the future market. So the mover, this is pretty cool for our man Tom from Plymouth. Natural gas did make the move out here today. Natural gas, no doubt, got hammered yesterday in a huge way. Natural gas out here this morning, it made a low of 271. You're trading at 283 right now. It's not the end of the world, but he was putting on that trade early in the morning. Soybeans. When we talk with Andy Heck in the next hour, we'll be talking about some of these commodities, and it'd be intriguing. Soybeans are down 3.5%. You got wheat off 2.9%. Hogs are down 2.4%. Corn's down 2.2%. Crude oil. Let's go over to the crude oil market. That is down 2%. Our man, Mr. Andy Heck, he definitely did get the his $50 though. Bottom line, hit $50 yesterday. $50.41. Hit it out here today. Giving it up today. We'll see where this thing wants to go from this point. Well, see, this is interesting. So, this is going to test a high again. This is monster volume. This is 938,000 contracts. So what's going to be cool here is that at 4:30, folks, the API number comes out, giving us the numbers inside the oil market. Tomorrow morning, 10:30, EIA comes out. So we're going to get some movement in those markets out here. Now, Apple. Let's go take a look at Apple. This is always awesome when a company's coming out with numbers, particularly when a company that can move the NDX 100. So, Apple is at $142.42. Now, this quarter, by the way, folks, is always Apple's, lowest quarter. You can't say it's bad because Apple doesn't have a bad quarter. But this is normally Apple's lowest quarter. So they're projecting $44 billion in sales. Just to give you an idea, their first quarter, because their fiscal year is different, their first quarter is the quarter from October, November, December. So that's the Christmas quarter, right? Holiday quarter. So their first quarter, they took in $78 billion. Last quarter, 52. Now they're looking for 44. And then accelerates up next quarter because of, September, October, November. Well, actually, August, September, October. November, December, August, no. July, August, and September. So $44.9 billion. What they're looking out of that, now this is where this is going to get wild because they're coming out with the new iPhone, and that's supposed to be a great iPhone, but guess what? It's not out this quarter. It's not going to be out next quarter. I believe it's going to be out, probably the end of next quarter. Their iPhone sales are what it's all about. Revenue out of iPhone, $136 billion out of the $225 that they're looking to take in this year. Their services are $24 billion, Macintosh computers are $22, iPads $20, other products $11. You can see that it's all about the iPhone. SWKS. So let's go over to Skyworks. So Skyworks, folks, is not a competitor, is a supplier of the product. And if we take a look at where this baby is trading, this is also pretty close to its highs. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Because that's what the number is going to be out here. Let's see. So Skyworks has already tested its high, come off the high. Yeah, Skyworks is saying that they're not getting as much product as they should be getting. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials. And I hope everyone over to Facebook and made that contest. We're going to have another one. We have one every day this month, folks. Stay right there. We're coming right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go into the XLE. We saw, bottom line, the XLE has been weak for quite some time. That is with oil going from 42 to $50. XLE, guess what? You're just coming right up to ice, and it doesn't look like it's going to handle it. The XLE has gone from $73. We're at 66. Hit a low of 63. That was on July 7th. Bottom line is that let's go to ExxonMobil and Chevron. So Exxon's been weak, Chevron's been strong, and that's what's actually saved the XLE. Exxon, you got a failure here. So Exxon Friday goes to the low of $78. They come out with their numbers, bad numbers, high volume, $78.28. You have 22 million shares. You did 8 today. You failed. This thing wants to go at least test that low. And yeah, Exxon's actually broken this consolidation that it was in. Broke out the bottom of it. That's been in there since February 17th. So Exxon wants to run down to $75, and you're at $80. Chevron, let's go take a look at Chevron. Chevron out here has been the basis of the savior of the XLE. Chevron just went from $102 to $110, and it actually has some juice in here. So 110.67. Yeah, this can get higher too. This is where it gets intriguing, folks, that you actually want to wrap your head. I see what's going on. 108. So he took 108 out, 38 million versus 30. That's not bad. So, okay, we're at 110.72. We hit 110.97. The number to keep your eye on is that 110. Where I'm going with this is that 110.81. You get 49 million shares on the weekly. And that's going to be tough to get this week because we've done 13 million so far. If we go take a look at Marathon Oil, MRO, Marathon is trading at $11.85. And yeah, make sure you put your stop in on this, because what you have is this Marathon. I can see, I saw the sign of strength because I got a couple calls, and I saw the sign of strength in June. You had another sign of strength in July. But you know what this hasn't done, and this is where it's always dangerous. It has not taken out a swing point on the way up. And when you have a downtrend and you can't take out a swing point, it's like, so here, what I mean by that is that it has a sign of strength. But yet that sign of strength and it's had a few of them, can't get up to a swing point. And if you can't get up to a swing point, that is problematic. That means that you have continually sellers in that equity. So bottom line, Marathon can get down to 756. That's how this is shaking out. Last low was 1120, but what's sticking out like a sore thumb, I call it 1120. Oh, I see. Okay, hold it. No, that's right. So I see what's happening. Okay. I'd still get a stop in immediately. 1120, the way this got supported when it came down was because how it came off the lows in March of 2016. We went from 756 to 1120 in 1 month with monster volume. Whoever was buying it down there, they're still buying it. They're supporting that equity. If you want to see true support, meaning that you have fund buying coming in, that's it right there. They said, hey, I made money there. I got to support the stock here until we basically get some movement. So that, get your stop in. That's the bottom line. Because when you do look at, so watch, inside the XLE, when you look at the aspect of the weighting, Exxon is 21%. That one stock is 21%. Thank God Chevron is 16.4% because Chevron basically is keeping the XLE at least flat, and a few others are probably helping it along the way. But that's what you have out here. Let's go over to the yen. We take a look at the yen. The yen out here trading at a price point of 110.29. We had a low out here today of 110.26. Yeah, the yen has a shot to go to 109.27. You know, so the yen is into its strength from June 15th. And we'll see whether they can get over that one. So the correlation is pretty direct. You know, yen gets stronger, gold gets stronger. We're coming down to where a price point is that what you can also see is that you can see that the yen very well could get weaker. We go to the rand in South Africa, and what you're going to see with the rand in South Africa, that's getting weaker. That's at 13.27 rand dollars to $1 US. The Canadian dollar, which has been on fire as our dollars got smoked, that's trading 125.35. That's down from 137. Big currency moves, folks, and these currency moves are basically they're pushing internet. Well, they're pushing all markets around, international markets in particular. Let's go to the DAX in Germany. We take a look at the DAX. DAX in Germany out here trading at a price point of 12,251. Now, it's intriguing about the DAX, of course, is that we're at all-time highs. That all-time high is 700 points higher. That's not the first part. The second part is what is really wild, is that the DAX made a high, took out its high of April, then came back inside it. That is dangerous in spades. You know, what happens, folks, is that when you take out structures, you not only want to get away from that structure, you want to get away from it as fast as you could, and you don't want to see it come back inside the range, because what ends up happening, whether, you know, if you look at it as a house, you know, you move out of the roof, and then all of a sudden you say, okay, I can't handle it anymore. You come back inside. As you come back inside, it brings the probability higher that you're going to get in the third floor, the second floor. You don't have to get in the first floor, but you get the gist of it. The gist is you're going lower. Over to Apple, as we come into the close out here, they're buying Apple into the close. So this is going to be, they got 12 minutes to buy Apple, and they just started. So Apple, 10 minutes ago was 148.97. Now it's up $1 from then. So here we go. It's going to be on as to what the number is going to be on Apple and just how much juice they're going to put into Apple at the close. Right now, it's done 20 million shares. See, the thing that's intriguing about Apple that I think it's going to hit the highs first is this. Apple, first off, has a high with no volume. So that's telling me that it wants to go south. That being said, what you did is this. On the 9th of June and on the 10th of June, you made a monster. You went down fast and furious. We went from 155 to 142. So it had a high volume low. That set up a consolidation. Watch. That high volume low got tested 2 days after that with 32 million shares versus 72. Then it creeps all the way up. Last Wednesday, goes south again. but doesn't get to a swing point. Goes down to 147. 147 happens to be the high of the low. Tried to get lower yesterday, wouldn't do it. The deviance in the marketplace is like, okay, you want to test the high first, and more than likely, it could be just 155.19, which is the beginning of the downdraft, because your high is 156. So the expected move on Apple as of, well, this was this morning, was $4.50. So that's pretty intriguing, because you're talking about $5.50 to the top of the range or the bottom of the range. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. Dow Industrials up 67 at 21,958.52. Who's going to win the first day out here? We're going to be right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Basil Chapman will be giving a 2-series webinar Wednesday, August 22nd and Wednesday, August 16th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Can sector rotation buoy the market into 2018? Each time the market feels it's ready to have a sharp decline, formerly weak sectors rally to hold the market up. This 2-webinar series will be free for Basil's opening call subscribers, and non-subscribers will also receive his daily newsletter for 1 month free as a trial subscription. Sign up for a 30-day free trial to Basil's daily newsletter, The Opening Call, and gain access to his subscriber-only webinar on August 2nd and Wednesday, August 16th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Can sector rotation buoy the market into 2018?
Hi everyone, this is Basil Chapman, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at my webinar series.
To sign up for a 30-day free trial to Basil's daily newsletter and gain access to Basil's webinar, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 69. You have the NASDAQ up 9. S&Ps are up 4. Percentage-wise, this is what we have out here. You have the Dow up 0.3%. You get the S&P up 0.2. NASDAQ is up 1.5%. If we take a look at the yields inside the bond market, you have we're at 2.2 in the 10-year. Bottom line is that this 10-year wants higher price, lower yield once again. So it's pretty cool watching this thing. You have a high volume high out here, folks, on the 14th of June, 127.08. If we take a look at the Fed Fund futures rate, right now they are running, it's running March 21st still. as the the probability-wise for the next short-term rate hike. It's the first time that it goes over 50%. It's 56%. When you take a look at the next meetings, there's a 5.6% chance that the short-term rate goes up in September, 10% chance in November, 38% chance December 13th, 40% chance January 31st, and the next March is 56%. It's pretty wild when you think about it, because we are at short-term rates. But what also happens is this, is that the Treasury's still thinking about putting 50-year bonds out there. 50-year bonds in themselves, okay, are going to basically bring the amount of 10 and 30-year bonds we need down, so the supply comes down. When the Treasury came out last night and said, okay, what they're going to push out in the month of August, that in itself was $2 billion less than the market, well, than the Treasury had told people even 2 weeks ago. So bottom line is that, you know, there's less bonds. There's more cash on the sidelines that are trying to buy bonds just so they know they get their money back. And what does that do? That basically creates a situation that there's more demand than there is supply. And once you put that together with the aspect of actually how high our rates are versus the rest of the world, they're getting a good return. You know, now, that being said, our dollar just went down 10%. So you get a picture. If you're in Europe and you bought our bonds, well, guess what? Bottom line, you basically, the last month, you're losing money in the currency aspect of the trade. So there's a lot of dynamics, no doubt, inside that market. Oil's going to be the wild card out here. There's no doubt. What we have with oil, you had the Venezuela, basically, you know, election. Bottom line, you get a dictator down there. We take 700,000 barrels a day out of them. But guess what? Those sanctions aren't going to go near that oil. And the reason being, folks, is threefold, actually. The biggest one, I suspect, is because our banks own all the debt, and that'll tank them in about 2 seconds. The next one is that gas prices will go up dramatically. 700,000 barrels a day is one big number. In fact, when we get the 4 o'clock break, I'm going to Google as to how many we take in per day, so I can get an idea of what is that as the aspect of what we actually use per day and what we're getting in. But bottom line, the sanctions against the guy running the place, yeah, you're not going to see sanctions inside the oil market. But what is intriguing, it's like, okay, what just moved oil from 42 to 50? Market's worried about it. So we'll see where that does shake out. Volume-wise out here, what we have is that on the NYSE, we're 591. That'll throw in about 800 million. We actually had volume on the NYSE yesterday and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we're at 1.6 billion. We'll probably that'll throw in about 1.8, 1.9 billion shares coming into the close. The 3 Qs, which are going to be moving at 4:30 when Apple comes out with their numbers, they are trading at 143.44. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back, of course, with a lot more numbers than just Apple. We're in the middle of earnings season right now. Dow Industrials up 73, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 5. We're going to be right back, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. August 1st. Can you believe it? Oh, baby. Watch out. Cultivate wisdom. This is a great card. I love this card. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 72 at 21,963.92. NASDAQ up 14, 63.62. S&P's up 4, 24.72. Gold contract up $2.10, 12.7550 an ounce. Silver down 7 cents, $16.71 an ounce. Platinum up $4, trading $9.45 an ounce. You have copper down a penny and a half at $2.87 a pound. Light sweet crude down 91 cents, $49.25 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 10 ticks, 126.06. 30-year bond up a full point, 153.31. Both notes and bonds, folks, rejected lower price, had lighter volume. Bottom line, they want top side. It's going to be intriguing at 4:30. See where these Apple numbers come out. King dollar. King dollar up 205 ticks, trading at 92.925. King dollar's trying to get that dead cat bounce going. We'll see whether it can get inside 93. It's going to have to get inside 93 to get this baby going. Euro. The euro is at 118 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 110 and a quarter to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we're in window dressing. So window dressing, folks, last 2 days of the month, following 2 days of the first, first, second. Bottom line, we're right in the middle of it. You're right in the middle of summer trading. Summer trading presents Mondays, Fridays, low volume. Market can basically get going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Guess what? Bottom line, I suspect Thursday is going to be the number. We're going to see some action out here. Why? Because the SPY's at 247.30. I expect the SPY is going to test the high again, which is 248. That high that was generated last Thursday. The Dow Industrials, that just keeps continuing getting higher highs. The price spread is smaller each day, but you go back 6 days, we're at 21,496. You're at 21,963. We hit 21,990 today. There's no reason you can't get into that 22,000 level. NASDAQ Composite. Now, this is where it's going to get wild, and this is it. The Composite, as well as the NDX 100, we're going to get movement out of that tomorrow because of Apple. 4:30, we'll get movement out of the futures. Bottom line, the Composite up $14. You're at 63.62. The high is 64.60. Now, I don't expect it's going to get to the high. The reason I don't expect it's going to get to the high is the way that the Composite itself and the NDX 100 came down so hard on the 21st of March, the 17th of May, the 9th of June, and then last week, the 27th. This baby's been giving us warnings since all the way down to almost 6,000 that this thing wants lower price. And when it goes down, man, it's fast, it's furious, it's all of the above. I do expect it's going to try to get into pretty close to the high. I'm figuring the day before the high, we hit 64.32. That could be game. Inside the NDX 100, I'm looking at the same thing we have with the NDX 100 as this. We're at 58.95. The high of last week was 59.95. I suspect what's game out here is 59.54. Let's go over to Apple, because Apple's going to be coming out at 4:30. Apple's certainly not going to move the NDX futures because they closed at 4:15, but when they do open back up, you're going to expect some movement out here. So Apple is at 150. It was up $1.32 today. I suspect we're going to go try to hit the 155. 155, the all-time high is 156.65. That being said, I don't expect it's going to hold. Why? Because the way Apple's been in this consolidation after it got toasted and roasted on the 6th and 7th of June, that's when Apple went from 155 down to 142 in about a heartbeat. Big numbers. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? Gold contract out here trading at 1275.60. You've done 205,000 contracts. Good contract volume, no doubt about that. Nice move that we've had. I mean, gold has gone, if we look at the last bottom, which is the July 10th, we've just gone from 1211 to 1275. Yeah, it does want to get up into 1307, but I don't expect it's going to happen right now. And the reason being is that good old dollar. If we get over and we take a look at this dollar, what you're going to see is that the dollar index out here, or DX, dollar index is trading at 92.920. Has not seen any buyers since January 3rd. We've gone from 103 down to 92.640. That being said, what you had out here today, and this is not the first time it's trying to do it. Your volume is dying on the vine, which totally makes sense. Loses energy, because it's just gone too far, too fast. So I'm expecting you're going to get a bounce somewhere up in there, basically 94, which, you get 94, you get to 95. And I suspect it's going to be a dead cat bounce. That in itself would pull gold back a bit. If we go over to the yen, we take a look at the yen. Yen is not quite set up the same way, but the yen did get to a low today of 110.26, 109.93 rather. That means it gets stronger. The yen looks to me like it bounced somewhere about the 111 mark. So we'll see where that whole thing shakes out. What is going to be intriguing is this. And I brought this up on the first hour. The notes and bonds want higher price once again, and they showed strength. They showed big strength. They had the price out here today. They had the wide price spread. They had the volume behind the move. We're at 126.07. These babies are going into a small swing at 126.12, and more than likely that's going to be a ABC structure on the way up. That's about 15 ticks, which will get you to the 126 level. The 127 level. Yeah, 127 level. The high that it's going after is 127.08. So that number wants to get tested. The 30-year, we take a look at the 30-year. What we have with the 30-year, same type of setup inside the 30-year. And that's a heads up that, okay, the bond's going to wait until Thursday, where I think Thursday is going to be the action day, meaning that hits a high, pulls back. The reason I'm saying that is that I'm expecting that Apple's going to basically push this NASDAQ high tomorrow. We'll see whether it holds or not. My take is that it spikes, it doesn't hold, and we come back downtown. But guess what? We're going to know in about 15 minutes where Apple's at. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished up 72.80 to 21,963.92.
That's an important number today.
The reason
Thanks
I'm
for
going,
bringing me on the show, man.
The reason I'm going through all those numbers, folks, is that we started out a promotion August 1st for this month.
TFNN Facebook, guess the close, right? So we posted this morning. Here's our post from this morning where today's market was the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right? Where we just got the close, 4 o'clock, and we'll jump back. What was that number again? Let's put it back, 21. I have it all written down here, 963.92. Okay, 963.92. So with that, we're going to have a post like this every single day. Yeah. So this is pinned right to the top. So you go to our page. It's right here at the top of our page. We'll have a similar post tomorrow morning. They'll be able to guess. And here, along with are all the, so you want to like the post, so you can like it here. Then you want to comment, and your comment is where you think the market's going to close.
So you put the number in the comment that you think the market's going to close.
So here's everybody with their guesses, right? Here are the early guesses early on in the day. You can see, let's see, Charlie Colarulo, oh man, he was in there at 11:20 this morning taking a guess. Okay, so you can get in there anytime after the morning. And then, of course, at about 3:30, they cut off. Now, we had some guesses sneak in here. They don't count. These were after 3:30, I believe. So here were the ones. We had 26 guesses is how it came down, okay? Market closed 21,963.92. Yeah. And we had our main winner for the day, Alex Hunter, coming in at 21,962.88.
Oh, that's close.
62.88.
That's
about
pretty
a point
cool.
away.
Okay.
And he made that guess at 3:24. So good peg, 35 minutes of market action, only 1 point away, right? And coming in second, now we had, this is what's interesting, we had 2 guesses that tied for second and third.
Oh, really?
21,960, so tie goes to the first guess, right? Because first guess at 3:16, Mr. Mike Murphy, 21,960. Okay. And then at 3:28, Raymond Coletta, 21,960. Awesome. So congratulations, and we did the random drawing as well. Congratulations to Daniel Cooper, who won the Constitution. Random drawing. Their guess was 21,952. Not too shabby at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So there are the 4 winners. Congratulations. We'll be reaching out on Facebook to contact them, get their information, get Alex set up with Market Insights, get Mr. Michael Murphy set up with a copy of your book. We'll send out a mouse pad to Raymond Coletta, and we'll get that Constitution out to Daniel Cooper. So pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Yeah. And thanks for everybody coming out. First day, 26 guesses. And we'll be rocking and rolling. We'll have another post up there tomorrow morning.
And then tomorrow, exactly. Tomorrow morning, folks, Do we know what indice we're doing yet?
We don't. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. It's always
it's either gonna. Well, yeah.
And we don't know what the prizes are yet. We do,
right.
but
it's going to be one of the main indices.
Yes,
anyway,
it's either going to
folks.
be the Dow, and it'll say it right in that post, and that's why I wanted to just jump on real quick.
Right.
I know you get Apple earnings coming up at 4:30. You got
Right.
Andy Heck coming back here, but that way, because people get a little confused. You know, where am I guessing? Am I at the TFNN site? Right? Am I
did the same
messaging
thing.
you?
I pulled it up. So I know. I'm glad you explained it
And
because I
that's
pulled
why
it up on my phone.
That's why
and
I
I was
wanted
trying to figure out. Okay,
to show-
where's the comment section?
Yes, so you gotta, you know, and these don't automatically load. You're not gonna see this stream, right? Because they're not expanded. So what happens is that you just might see one or two or whatever it is,
Right.
and that's where you just don't want to be misled. But what we do is we pin it to the top, right? So that it's always right at the top, because we're sharing a lot on this Facebook page.
Okay.
You know, we have this program right here. It's live within a live. This is the show we're on. Okay.
Right.
So don't get lost in there. As in, find the post from the morning. This was yesterday's. That'll be unpinned. You'll see the new one up there. You'll see the market. And with that, just going back even further to the TFNN site itself, because this is where you can check for the prizes, because we have the prizes up here for today.
Okay.
And this is going to get updated by tomorrow morning. So we'll have new prizes. There'll be a new first place, second place, third place, and we'll be changing those every single day.
It's a beautiful thing.
There we go.
Let's go over and we'll take a look at FireEye, F-E-Y-E, just come out with numbers. So FireEye closed at 1469. This is trading 1544. Now, what's wild here, let's just see what this number is, because this is, let's see what this is. FireEye, sees 2017 revenue, 734 million to 746. They saw 724 to 736. So that actually went up slightly on the low end, but came down on the high end. They see billings at 740. Well, let's see. The loss, the third quarter adjusted loss is 6 to 9 cents. They saw 8 cents. The thing that's crazy about this, right? So
there was one more. There was one where maybe they were losing 4 cents versus 12.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I wanted to bring up, now this is pretty wild,
There's
folks.
the adjusted Q2. Just that was a little bit of a beat. But go ahead.
Yeah. Is that this equity here? Okay, so picture, we know how much cybersecurity, how important cybersecurity is, right? And when you see this, this is just amazing to see how you can get hype and then get killed. This equity went public. Let me see. I think maybe it was $20. Yeah, it went public at $20, right? And what it did, folks, the first 2 months, I'll never forget this, because it's like, wow. But it, you know, I'm glad I didn't buy it, but it made sense to me that, hey,
went
you know,
straight up.
It went from $20, it went up to $97, and then never looked back, and it's a $14 stock.
And it's funny, I saw on that same screen you pulled up that they did probably a secondary offering at like $80 plus.
They did, yeah. So look,
right
look
before
at
it
this.
cascaded down.
This is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
82, not bad.
And that was within, so that's September.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. First sold 17 million shares at 20, then sold 14 million shares at 82. And thank God they did, because that gets them money forever, because that money probably went in the treasury. How's that?
Sure.
That's pretty intense,
That's
folks.
when you raise money, right?
That's when you raise money. But guess what? You know, on paper, beware of
That's really tough, like you say, too, because it's an exploding industry, it seems like. There should be plenty of demand. So
exactly.
At a time when everything is getting hacked, if you can't be growing your business as a security company, what are you doing?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Mercury Systems, that's MRCY. They design, manufacture digital signal processing. You know, so they're in the chip business. That closed at $44. That's trading $41.50 to $42. Let's see what they have to say. So let's see. The estimate, fourth quarter revenue estimate was $115 million. They did $115. Earnings per share.
Excuse me.
Estimate was 19 cents. I'm not sure what they did here, because that's adjusted estimate.
Pretty close to in line, it looks like, across the board. They the adjusted 24 to 26. Estimate was 28.
Yeah. So this little baby here.
How's it trading?
Yeah, this is trading up a couple dollars, and it's probably it's at all-time highs. Some of these stocks, folks, they better get it right, because this stock here just went from $13. Well, that's 2 years ago. You know, But still, 13 to 44. That's a big number.
For sure.
And, HLF. This is going to be, let's see if Herbalife is up. This is always an exciting one because the monsters are still fighting about this.
405? Oh, they already came out.
Yeah, so let's see. Herbalife closed at 66. It's trading 63.70. Now, this is the one, folks.
They must not be scamming hard enough last quarter.
Yeah, you have Carl Icahn fighting one of the big hedge funds. So Icahn still owns 24% of it.
That was...
Is it Pershing? Yeah, that's
it was a short.
Yeah, Pershing Square. Oh, yeah, they shot $7 million.
That was Ackman's big short.
Ackman. So they shot $7 million. Well, he's going to be happy with $7 million times 3 out here today, at least.
Okay, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
I'm going to hand off the chair to Andy Hecht, and you guys can rock those Apple
beautiful
earnings.
thing. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow morning, go to our Facebook page, TFNN, and put that number in. Andy and I are coming right back. I'm going to come right back with the Apple numbers and the API numbers.
It's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So here we go with Apple. Apple closed at $1.50. Right now, we are trading $1.54, so it's going to go after that high. Revenue, the estimate was $49.1 billion. Let's see. Whoa, slow down here. Let me see this, baby. Estimate was $44.95 billion. They took in $45.41. Earnings per share, the estimate was $1.57. They took in $1.67. So we're going to get out here. This good old Apple is going to go test that high first, and I expect bottom line is that this is going to be so cool, man, because I want to shot that NDX 100 and I'm just going to wait for the morning, let this gold baby go get into that 156 area, and I suspect it's not going to have enough juice up there, and then pull that trigger. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Andy Heck. And Andy, of course, has a great show every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a couple of great newsletters. He has the Technometer Commodity Report, which is a weekly. You can test drive that 30 days absolutely free. He also has Daily Essentials. That's a daily newsletter. You can test drive that 30 days absolutely free. I just come over to our website at TFNN.com. Bottom line, test drive it, 30 days, great letter. And, of course, every Tuesday, Thursday, you can listen to our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. And then we're going to be talking about markets, but we're also going to be talking about the API numbers because they're going to be coming out. In fact, they're coming out right now. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm good. I can't believe it's August already.
I know, man. It's intense.
Like unbelievable.
It really is.
Time flies, baby.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. So, lots of action in commodities today. I mean, today's kind of a selling day, a little bit. You know, you got oil weaker here. We got to that $50 sweet spot. Nothing goes in a straight line, although it's been going in a pretty straight, slow and steady line since.
Yeah, you got your $50, man, no doubt.
Got the $50, and I'm pretty neutral here. The only thing I will tell you is that the crack spreads. You got the gasoline crack spread almost $21 here.
Okay.
You got the heating oil crack spread at $20. Don't get too bearish.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was really bullish below $44.
Yeah. So the first numbers API out here, I get the first ones at least plus 1.78 million barrels.
Okay. So small injection.
Yeah.
We'll see how gasoline comes out. That's going to be the big one. So I'm not getting too bearish here. I'm certainly not bullish. I wouldn't buy crude oil at $50 a barrel, but I don't know if I'd short it. I think that this thing could extend. We had the typical kind of washout move today, but I like the way it came back from 48.37.
Okay.
So we'll have to see. I mean, to me, gold's a beast, Tom. I like gold.
Yeah, I love gold.
I like the action. I do. I like the price action. I like that it's slow and steady. You know, it was 12. What do it go down to? 12.04 on the nearby contract. Now we're up to 12.75. We got up to 12.80 today. We're only kind of $15 away, $20 away from technical resistance. And above there, you know, everything's going to change. And very interesting what I've seen in the gold market, Tom. I've seen open interest come off dramatically. And usually when open interest is coming off, when the price is rising, it's not necessarily a bullish technical validation. But gold's a little different. And I think that those flash crashes in late June and early July washed a lot of length out of the gold market.
It did. There's no doubt about that.
And I think that they're standing on the sidelines and starting to kick themselves because they're not back in.
Right.
And I think they get back in above 1,300. So I really like this price action here. And to me, you know, technicals aside, if the dollar index breaks 91.88, watch out on the upside in gold because bonds are now crawling higher. And gold's been watching the bonds out of its left eye, the dollar out of its right eye, and now the stars are kind of lined up for it.
Yeah, I think the dollar's going to do a bounce, but I get it. You know what I mean?
But I mean, the dollar could do a bounce, but where's it going to do a bounce to? 94?
Yeah, probably 95. Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I think gold's going a lot higher. I don't like the action right now. My take on it is that the way that the dollar got hammered, gold should have been at 325 already. So it's like, okay, man, you know, this is we're not. It's not over yet. What I mean, it's not over yet, folks. I think gold's going a lot higher. I mean, but I know when these battles set up, they set up pretty good. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually gold's going to go test 1428 before the end of the year. That's my view. I mean, whatever it does in the next couple of weeks goes up, down, you know, sideways $30 here, there. I'm not that concerned with that. But I think longer term view, by the end of the year, we're going to see a 14 handle on this thing. I think we'll see a higher high.
If we launch $13.92, we're going to see $1,600, like in a heartbeat, which is going to be pretty cool. So we've been in this consolidation, folks, since June of 2013.
Right.
The top of the consolidation is that, $13.90 approximately. So.
Right. All right. So natural gas, very weak, but I like it on a scale down basis. As long as this thing stays above 250, 220, it's going to be okay
that's
going
still
into next winter.
That's still 30 cents down.
30 cents down,
right,
but I'm a scale down buyer in this thing. I think that, technically it doesn't look great here, but the injection flows are very small, and the market's only expecting another 25 BCF this week. These are small injections, Tom. We're not even going to get to 4 trillion cubic feet this year before winter.
Now, why is that? Is that because the gas producers have slowed down? Because of the exports?
It's exports. I think it's more exports than anything, and that's that's important. That's very important.
Oh yeah,
now,
because if we were in the export business, right, we'd want as many ships as we could because the spread is huge, right?
Yes, absolutely. Right. So you're looking for a counter trend bounce in the dollar. And the dollar is very oversold. There's no question about it. But the problem with the dollar, the big problem with the dollar, in my opinion, is the euro. And I think that there's more good news coming out of Europe. In other words, more kind of talk of the end to QE and that kind of stuff. And every time that Draghi opens his mouth now, it puts a big figure or two on the euro. And that's kind of the fundamentals that I'm seeing, which are going to bring the euro up to 120. And at 120, you got that dollar index at 91.88.
Yeah, no, listen,
that's kind of what I'm seeing over there in the dollar. So that's why I like commodity prices. The other thing that I'm seeing is I see iron ore rallying. I see the Baltic Dry Index kind of consolidating. I see copper at 290, just a little bit under 290. I see lumber at 380. I see all the industrial commodities doing pretty well here.
But they should.
Right.
The dollar just lost 12% of its value.
Yes. Actually, and they should be even doing better than they are.
That's my point.
The dollar's down 10.7% since January.
Right.
All right. And commodities should be multiples on a percentage basis of what the dollar's doing. But I think that the market is where I think that commodities, they've learned enough that they're watching this. I think you see if the dollar is to trade below 91.88, you could see a rally like, crazy kind of rally.
See,
in the commodity sector.
I agree with you the saying. I just don't think, I think that the commodities in general, I think are going to rally beyond belief. I think we're going to get a slight pullback and the euro dollar goes high here. Stay right there, folks. Andy and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Basil Chapman will be giving a 2-series webinar Wednesday, August 22nd and Wednesday, August 16th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Can sector rotation buoy the market into 2018? Each time the market feels it's ready to have a sharp decline, formerly weak sectors rally to hold the market up. This 2-webinar series will be free for Basil's opening call subscribers, and non-subscribers will also receive his daily newsletter for 1 month free as a trial subscription. Sign up for a 30-day free trial to Basil's daily newsletter, The Opening Call, and gain access to his subscriber-only webinar on August 2nd and Wednesday, August 16th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Can sector rotation buoy the market into 2018?
Hi everyone, this is Basil Chapman, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at my webinar series.
To sign up for a 30-day free trial to Basil's daily newsletter and gain access to Basil's webinar, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. We're talking markets, and Apple come out with the numbers, folks. Apple closed at 150, trading 157.35, and the all-time high in Apple. It's going after it, which is 156.65. And if you want to see a little juice inside the NDX 100, here you go. NDX 100 just opened back up. That's up $42. Now that's at the highs of yesterday. So it's going to be cool watching this whole thing shake out tomorrow morning. Andy, let's just go to a call quick here. Let's go to Al in Tampa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Well, I just come back from a trip to Athens and Venice.
I remember when you were taking it, and I saw your lumber liquidators move out today. Maybe you bought it again.
Well, actually, I had 4,600 shares today.
Oh my God! Well, you better take your wife for another trip.
Yeah, it kind of came in at like $38,000 today, and I was on a plane across the country, and I couldn't even see it happen.
You didn't have to see it happen. That's all right.
It's just fantastic. Do you think it broke that huge downturn it had?
Watch this. Al had this thing going up, folks, and he sold it, and I'll show you what he sold it. So picture lumber liquidators, okay? Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. This had this is first off. This is a stock that get killed. Then it had a sign of strength coming off the lows. Had 2 or 3 of them. The short position is 1 out of every 4 shares, so that works really well. It hits a high out here of $30, and then this is a classic. You know, it has volume on the way up, and then it just pulls all the way back to 25. Wicked light volume.
The support, they said 24 would be support. So it pulled back. I got now, like you told me, you said they got the profits.
Yeah, good for you.
Took a trip to Europe.
So now you got an ABC up. You got $10. I'd say take the profits again.
I got in at 24.80.
Just take your money, man. It's what it is. It's an ABC up, and it just finished it in one day. It's your 8 point on this is 20. Your 8 point is 1946, which is the low of the 2nd of May. Your B point was 29, so it's approximately $10. You know, it's like you make that kind of money, man. It's like get out of town. The cool thing is because you have such a short position inside it, not you, but in general,
the shorts got killed.
Yeah, that tomorrow morning you might get another gap. Just take your money, man. Go on vacation again. Take Andy and me.
I think I'm going to have to get a couple of your newsletters now.
Yeah, you don't need any of my newsletters, man. I need one of your newsletters.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Okay, bye.
How about that, Andy, huh?
Oh yeah, that's good. Good trade. Good trade.
Seriously.
Hey Tom, did you get the gasoline and the distillate
Oh,
numbers?
I'm sorry. Here,
Oil's
let's
moving
see.
here.
Yeah, let's see. We will get that.
Because oil, let's see, oil's down about $1.55 on the session now, trading around 48.60.
There we go. Good. Okay, so crude. Let's see. Cushing had plus 2.56 million barrels. Gasoline was minus 4.83 million barrels. Distills were minus 1.23 million barrels. So
okay, so based on these numbers, we'll see what the EIA says tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're selling crude oil. I think that these crack spreads will go higher. I think that we're going to be back at $50, maybe even a little higher. That's a big draw in gasoline.
Yeah, it is.
4.83 million.
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see where it shakes out tomorrow. It's all the EIA tomorrow.
Right, and that's
That'll-
at 10:30,
that'll
folks.
certainly-
Okay,
yeah,
so we're live at
important.
10:30. We like doing those volatility trades at 10:30 in the morning. So, so hey, what happened with these beans and the
I was
beans?
just going there. I was
Okay,
just
cool.
going- weather forecast, positive weather forecast. Okay. And these things trade with the weather forecasts now, and you have enough moisture and moderate heat, and that's good for the crops, and that's where they're selling off. The next big day for grains, August 10th.
August, that's right around the corner.
WASDE.
Okay.
WASDE. And that's a WASDE where there'll be some good acreage numbers. So we'll be able to see what's going on over there. So, commodities, volatility. Now,
Right.
I'll tell you something about the stock market, Tom. I want to be so long the VIX right now. I think that between now and maybe October, you're going to get some wild swings in stocks, and I think that VIX at $10 is a better buy than Lumber Liquidators was.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of large bets out there that VIX is going to spike. One of the largest bets, if I can find it again, Tommy and I were talking about it. I think it was it's either
$25 calls for October.
Yeah, it's a $25 million trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
He needs
I
it.
think it's a dead right trade.
They need it over 15, though.
Yeah,
That's plenty of time. Listen, we went from on the 29th of June. You went from $9 to $15.16.
Let me explain to you why I love the VIX options here, because volatility is so low. And what's the chief determinant of an option premium? It's volatility, right?
Right.
So when volatility goes up, the VIX goes up,
Sure.
and the volatility on the options goes up. So you get a double whammy there.
Yes, you do.
So that's why I think throwing, a couple of cents, under $1 at these options now makes a hell of a lot of sense, because you know what? The downside, you know what it is, and the upside can be extraordinary. You'll get extraordinary returns if this VIX spikes, and if the stock market does what it smells like it's going to do to me. Apple's earnings aside, they were good, and you'll get a rally in the NASDAQ or whatever. But you know what?
As Andy's talking, folks, so watch this. The VIX is at this number here. And if you decide that you may want to, do something like that, wait till the open tomorrow, because this VIX tomorrow is going to be in the 9s. Because Apple's going to open up.
It might. It depends. It depends on what happens overnight. You're not guaranteed.
I understand that, but my take on it is that just like the Dow, we're going to open up another 100 points in the Dow tomorrow. Why not?
Right. But the other thing about it is volatility is so low that the bid-offer spreads on these options have gone a little bit wider.
Yeah.
You won't be able to buy them if it spikes. I'm thinking this is a 3 to 4 month trade here. You buy it, you tuck it away. You pay 50 cents, you come back, it could be worth $5. I like those 5 baggers.
No, there's no doubt, man. There's no doubt. And
I just think it's cheap, and it's, you're buying this because it's cheap and because it's got the double whammy of the volatility and the volatility.
and you're coming in the right time of year.
Yes, you're coming into October. You want to be long these things through the October season.
Right.
So we're going to find out what commodities are going to do here, Tom. There's going to be volatility across all asset classes. You never know what's coming out of Washington these days, and whatever comes out of Washington that surprises the market pushes the dollar down. Eventually, this dollar will get to 91.88, and look out below.
Look out below. Listen, folks, no matter where you're listening right now, remember, Andy's coming up in 10 minutes. Go to your cell phone, TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Andy, thanks so much. We look forward to the show in 10 minutes.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow finished up 72, NASDAQ up 14, S&P's up 5.5. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome, folks. So Apple closed at 150, trading at all-time highs now, 158. Bottom line is that what they're saying out here is that they're looking for strong sales in the next quarter. If we go over to Twitter, so check this out. This is pretty intriguing. This is going to be little news out here tomorrow. We'll see what it does. So the Securities and Exchange Commission has asked Twitter a question that many investors also have. Why not disclose your number of daily active users? Twitter reports a number of monthly active users, which stood at 328 million for 2 quarters. The company tells investors to focus instead on the percentage growth of people who use it daily, which has increased more than 10% in each of the last 3 quarters. But Twitter says that but Twitter doesn't say what that percentage represents. In a May 10th letter, the SEC asked Twitter to explain that choice and tell us how the percentage change information provides an investor with a clear understanding of user engagement in that platform. So This is going to get TWTR. Let's see. So that came after the close. Oh, like interesting. Okay, so Twitter probably must have come out with numbers last week. Twitter went from $20 down to $16.21, and yeah, that's at the lows. The market's not going to be digging that tomorrow when that comes out. No two ways about that. After the close out here, of course, it was about Apple, is about Apple. Apple's pushed the NDX, and this is when you wish that Apple comes out with their numbers when it's open. The NQs, folks, are open till 4:15, and so is the Nadex exchange, and that's where just like Google moves the NDX, Amazon moves the NDX. This would have been a nice move out here because Apple in itself, when the NQs open back up, it moved them up $46. Now, that being said, this is where it's going to get intriguing, is that I don't expect that we're going to get to an all-time high inside the NQs. That all-time high is up at $59.95. That being said, you know, I was looking for a test of yesterday's high, which is $59.3350. I expect we're actually going to get up to somewhere about $59.58. So that's actually about another 30 points higher than this. So that'd get the NQs up about, what did I just say, 30? Yeah, if we get 58, yeah, it's 18. Yeah, it's about 75 points. You get the NQs up 75 points. You know, we'll see where the volume is at that particular point. That's saying to me that that's where I'm going to press that button and sell that NQ because I expect the SPYs can get to like that 144.95. That's up almost $1.40 from where we are. The high is 145.96. You know, now we're certainly going to have more numbers coming out, but what you do have is that is the last of the big NDX large caps that can move the market that quickly. What can move the NASDAQ composite is the IBB. Now, the IBB today is trading at 315, and that IBB, what it did out here today, it come back inside the range, which is 323.47. It tested that range. It tested it with 1.6 million versus 6.8, so that's the failure there. You had a small expansion of volume today, so that's saying the IBB looks like it wants to go into the lower part of that range. Regeneron was one of the babies out here today. Regeneron, you know, hit a high 2 weeks ago at 543. That's at 472. Monster volume on the way down. Regeneron looks to me like it wants to run to 487. No, 387. No, 437. Sorry, 437. When these biotechs get hit, folks, they get hit, and they get hit in spades. So what I do expect you're going to see is, you know, we're going to get some big action out here. You stay right there, man. Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming right up. And don't forget, folks, all month long, right on Facebook, we have we're giving away $5,000 in prizes this month. Check out the contest on Facebook. It's going to be just, today was what's the close of the Dow. Tomorrow's going to be the S&P and the NASDAQ. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Stay right there. Andy's coming right up. Yeah, go get him, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.